I was on a bit of a half day today because of yesterday and the day before's fairly epically intense training sessions presenting, and the kids are on half term as well. So took the afternoon off and did some kid stuff. But in the morning, I did spend a bit of time going through the last couple of days and those two presentations that I gave, those two workshops, and started rewriting the scheme of work and actually getting it into a format where the objectives, the learning outcomes are kind of much more clearly framed and described for each of the different sections. So the content itself, I haven't really started to tackle that yet, but I wanted to get a bit more structure to it before I started putting things back in again, because there are a few bits that I think would just benefit from having a much clearer framework in the way that I'm trying to kind of outline it. And it took me right back, actually, in terms of schemes of work, to when some of my very first presenting work, probably about 12 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, when I was lecturing on personal training diploma courses. And we used to have to create these schemes of work. In fact, I did the whole train the trainer qualification through when I was working for a company called Drummond Education, which is still going, still doing great work in the fitness industry. And so I was lecturing for them, tutoring for them. And every time we created a new program, one of mine was advanced resistance training, for example, on the personal training diploma course. We had to put it into a scheme of work, and then each of the different areas would have a proper lesson plan. And that's sort of, I haven't really had that for these day one, day twos, because it's just been sort of brought together, and we've taken a bit from here and a bit from there. We brought it together, and it's worked very well. But this is something that what they want is to be able to have other people potentially training it and teaching it, and we couldn't do that with the way it's currently being formatted. So I just want to bring the structure together and get everybody to be really clear on what the objectives are, because that means then that it's a bit more flexible with how we teach it, with which examples we use, what stories we use, because everyone's going to bring their own personal stories into the mix as well. But as long as we're hitting the teaching objectives and the learning outcomes, then everything's going to be consistent across the board. I think at the moment it'd be very difficult to be consistent if we had someone new coming in, or even just with me and Vicky, who's also delivering this. She's delivered one already, and she's got another one to deliver in Bristol, I think, beginning of March. So started off in that process today. I actually made pretty good progress with it, and quite pleased with that, even though I only spent a bit of time on it this morning. So I'll spend a bit more time on it tomorrow whilst it's still fresh in my mind. The objective being to get it finished so I can actually recreate the whole program, ready to re-deliver again next week. So Wednesday, Thursday next week, I'm doing it again back over in Stevenage for another 2 days. And by the end of that, it should be very consistent that we can deliver, and anybody should be able to pick it up and run with it effectively. So there we go. That's what I have been doing today in terms of my progress and movement towards the speaking goals. Just a little bit. Could have done probably with a full day of really work on it, but I was a bit tired from the last couple of days. And as I said, just needed to have that time to do some family stuff as well. So all good. Back on it tomorrow, and we'll report back in, as always, with another daily update. But for now, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Give it a like. Subscribe to the channel, and check back again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.